Check 1 2 check. See how your mic.
Check.
And welcome to Tony Farlow Field here for Game 2 of the South State Championship Final. Purvis Tornadoes, led by Coach Tony Farlow, here to take on the Sumrall Bobcats, led by Coach Andy Davis. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders, and we're going to walk you through this game here tonight. And when we're talking about an exciting one, after last night and all the emotions last night, this is pretty much the game of the year,
Yeah, same story, same script as last year. The repeat of the South State series for these two-story programs. Sumrall took game one last year. Of course, Purvis came back and won the next two. So very important, as I talked to Coach Davis earlier today, that they get off to a fast start, try to recapture that momentum they get from last night.
And the momentum they had was really led by the long ball last night. The long ball carried both of these teams, it seemed like. Sumrall had 3 opposite field home runs, 2 by Jack Miller, which only had 1 home run going into the season, or going into the game last night. So 2 home runs in that game and a solo shot by Drew Davis really boosted the Bobcats to the Friday night win. But it's going to be an exciting one tonight.
Yeah, exciting one tonight. Ball really carried well out to right field last night. Played here several times in my career. Another, hitter-friendly ballpark here tonight. Ball can carry well here. Beautiful conditions. You couldn't ask for a better night to play baseball.
And the Bobcats are going to send St. Moss to the plate to lead things off. Here in Game 2, St. Moss was not in the lineup last night, but the catcher looking to give the spark here in Game 2.
I thought last night one of the unsung things, Jack had, as Coach Davis said, a game you can only dream about, but a lot of seniors stepping up, providing good leadership last night. ST's going to try to continue that here tonight.
And JoJo Parker on the mound tonight for the Purvis Tornadoes. The Tornadoes have their guy on the mound here tonight in Purvis. He is 5-0 on the season with a 2.1 ERA, 60 strikeouts, and just 14 walks. So a guy who's going to throw a lot of strikes and going to go right at these guys. And you see it there. That looked like a changeup.
Yeah, a guy who's going to sit in the mid-80s, can touch 90 if he needs to. As talented as he is, I think the most important thing that Purvis loves in the situation, he's an intense competitor. So already seen fastball 85 to 88, couple sliders here in the mid-70s. But like you said, doesn't walk a lot of people. He's going to make Sumrall earn it by putting the ball in play.
Yeah, he's going to fill it up. And he does, and that one gets hit out into left field. It's going to get over the third baseman, and that's going to be a leadoff single for St. Moss. So a guy who did not play last night gets the call tonight, and he makes it count there.
Yeah, great job of pulling his hands inside the ball there, rifling that ball in the left field. Great start for Sumrall is what they want to see as base runners early.
And how critical is that leadoff man on? It seems like the leadoff man always scores if he can find a way on. Landon Hawkins, the hitter, fouls that one straight back.
And, Landon's eager, didn't have the best night last night at the plate. He's eager to get back in here tonight and do what he's done all year. He's been the driving force of this offense all year.
The attendance up there again tonight, I would be curious to see how many fans have attended the past 2 nights. This is the definition of high school baseball. So Landon Hawkins steps back up to the plate with an 0-1 count. Parker picks off to first.
Now, normally a lot of teams elect to use a courtesy runner for the catchers. ST, very athletic for a catcher. He's going to stay in the run at first.
And the check swing gets it for strike 2. And, he's signed to go to Mississippi Gulf Coast. I think that's going to help him in the long run because once you get into that college level, you have to run for yourself. So a lot of catchers are a step behind on the base running when they come out of high school. Well, he pretty much base runs every time he gets on base.
Yeah, I kind of think it's a dated rule for high school athletics this time, probably to take a look at that one.
Absolutely. I kind of think the same. If your first baseman can run bases, your catcher can run.
Hey, if I can run bases, anybody can run bases.
So a 1-2 count here to Hawkins. And the 1-2 pitch. And that one got Landon Hawkins fooled on the breaking ball.
A little extra bite on that breaking ball really kind of snapped that one off. Using that as a strike out pitch there. First couple they threw kind of more got in for strikes. That one really broke off, bending the knees of Landon.
A late break on that ball, too. Out on the hand, it looked like a fastball.
Yeah, those are some of the toughest ones. It looks like a fastball coming right at your shoulder, and right when you want to go duck away from it, it snaps right across into the strike zone.
And you can see JoJo Parker's presence on the mound. He really is confident when he toes that rubber. He wants to go right at these guys. The runner at first, good pickoff move by him. So, it feels like he can keep them at bay.
Yeah, so far really locating well. Fastball just missed on inside corner. Important for him to establish that inside corner, open up that breaking ball.
A different catcher behind the plate tonight for Purvis. Nash Teeter. Instead of Ethan Walker, Nash Teeter's behind the plate. So I wonder if these Bobcats are going to test Teeter's ability back there. And a 2-0 count.
See, K's probably sitting on a fastball here. Looks like going to try to come back in on his hands.
And that one hits him. And he is saying he eats that one. So he jogs down to first base. And there's runners now at first and second for Sumrall.
Number 27, Jack Miller.
Well, what happens when you hit 2 home runs? You get moved up to the cleanup spot.
It's probably first time in the cleanup spot all season. And he is well deserved after last night. And I imagine they're not going to throw him many fastballs here after the performance he put up. And, Coach, I know you weren't with me the first time they played here in Purvis. A lot of curveballs out of the hand of JoJo Parker.
Yeah, it looks like he has a lot of confidence on that pitch, throwing it for strikes, can command it well in and out of the zone when he needs to.
When you pitch backwards to these hitters, it can give them problems. And the umpire down at first says he did go. I didn't think he did.
Yeah, hard to tell from up here, but as you talked about, right, you're not going to get a lot of fastballs hit now. I think they're going to make this lineup prove that they can hit the breaking ball and probably use that fastball more as a show pitch and try to use that breaking ball to generate swings and misses, and so far he's been effective at doing that.
So the 0-2 pitch, and I imagine he'll spot something up here.
Really paying attention to the base runners. Of course, it's an important part of the game. You want to control the runners. You want to keep him at second, ST at second, and the runner at first, not get both into scoring position here.
Catcher sets up way outside. And the breaking ball. That's right where he wanted.
Yeah, a really good 0-2 pitch. It's on the border. I think what hurt that call right there is the catcher is basically set up in the other batter's box. So it makes it look bad. And it's, an 0-2 pitch, you don't want it to be a strike a lot of times. You're trying to see if you can generate that whiff.
And, I think that's why, and if you watch a lot of baseball, you'll see the catchers not preset up. They stay in their spot. They'll show the glove where they want it, but they'll keep their spot right behind the plate and then jump to the ball and try to center it up.
Yeah, and sometimes even umpires get caught on 0-2 just assuming that a pitch might go out of the zone. Looks like they're going to maybe bust in or go back out with another curveball here.
And the 87-mile-an-hour fastball, that's a tough.
And Judge Allman kind of questioning where that pitch might be. Already hearing some from some fans asking for administration to come stand on by.
And like you said last night was not a game you want to umpire in. This one for sure isn't. A little more at stake here tonight because there is a chance.
Yeah, Sumrall, you're a win away from going to state. Purvis is fighting desperately to force a game 3 on Monday. And 2 really talented teams. Emotions are high. Crowded environment, loud environment. But look, this is what you want. Even as an umpire sometimes, yeah, that's what you want as well. But a lot of pressure on them as well in this situation.
I would almost say just as much pressure on them. You got you got a team season in your hands, and you don't want to feel like it has to come down to you.
Absolutely. And the best umpires are the ones that you don't get talked about. That means they've done a good job. But as long as I think both coaches say, hey, just be consistent. That's what a baseball player wants. That's what a baseball coach is. Just consistent zone throughout the night.
The full count pitch fouled off by Jack Miller.
I was a little curious if with the full count here, 1 out, the runners might be in motion, try to avoid a double play. Jack, a guy that does make contact. So it'll be interesting if they might put the runners in motion here.
I think that swing looked like he was looking for a breaking ball and just trying to punch something out of play with 2 strikes. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws the breaking ball here. And he did.
Yeah, good job of Jack. 2 good takes. They're borderline, but works to a full count, right? It's still easy to be over-aggressive on a full count, try not to strike out. You can expand the zone. But good at bat, working the pitch count up. The more you see it, the more comfortable you're going to feel when you see that breaking ball.
So the full count here to Jack Miller. And he delivers and he gets the strikeout. And you can see by the body language of JoJo Parker, he wants to be in this situation here tonight.
Yeah, certainly not one lacking confidence. A chance here, 2 outs for Leo to kind of help himself out here. The Ole Miss commit. I know, Andy, Coach Davis would really want him to throw a lot of strikes. That's his main concern here, but a chance to help yourself, and it's a lot of times all you can ask for as a pitcher.
The Bobcats do have a runner in scoring position. St. Most stands 180 feet away from home. And a good swing there by Leo Odom. Sometimes they will pinch run once Moss gets the second with 2 outs. He's still in there.
Yeah, must feel comfortable with his athleticism out there, rested legs after not playing last night.
And the breaking ball fools Odom.
Yeah, a lot of late life on that breaking ball. Looks like a fastball coming out of the hand. If you don't see that spin early, that's a tough pitch.
So the 0-2 count here to Leo Odom. And Coach Siders, I wouldn't be opposed to a double steal here. And the strikeout, so he gets 3 strikeouts in the top half of the inning, and JoJo Parker sends the Purvis Tornadoes to the dugout, and he will be the leadoff hitter when we come back. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. And we are back here in the bottom half of the first inning. Leo Odom toeing the rubber for the Bobcats. He comes into the game with a stunning 8-0 record, 2.1 ERA, 78 strikeouts, and 38 walks. So a guy that has a lot of strikeouts. He may have a few more walks than JoJo Parker on the mound, but he makes up with it with the strikeout.
Yeah, power arm, can rush it up to the low 90s pretty easily without much effort. Right there, starting off with 90. Got a high RPM slider, meaning rotations on the ball. The higher that number is, the more movement it's going to be on that pitch. Can be effectively wild at times. He struggled a little bit with his command against Poplarville, but if he can locate strikes, man, he's one of the harder pitches to square up.
Absolutely. I mean, he throws that fastball. When you talk about RPMs, that fastball looks like it's rising, you know.
Yeah, the fastball gets away from hits JoJo in the ankle. That's not going to feel good.
No, that's not going to feel good, and you don't want to see that, especially as good of an athlete he is, and him on the mound.
Yeah, the hit by pitch is never fun, especially when it's rushing up at 90. It hits on your ankle bone. That does not feel good.
And just like we mentioned last night, it does not get any easier in this Purvis lineup. You got Jacob Parker, the twin brother of JoJo Parker, now hitting. He didn't have the greatest of nights last night, but he hit probably the hardest ball I've seen hit at the high school level.
Yeah, ball off the bat that just stayed on the same line all the way till it hit the wall out in right center. A lot of power in this bat as well.
So JoJo Parker stands at first, and Jacob stands in the box.
So far, all fastballs from Leo.
Odom picks to first, trying to keep JoJo at bay. So the 1-1 pitch. And you see the big leg kick out of Odom there. We mentioned it last night. That's going to give these Purvis base runners just a tad bit of an advantage.
Yeah, and slide step can help control the running game. Of course, sometimes as a pitcher, it feels a little bit awkward. You can the arm won't catch up to the body, kind of lose a little bit of your command, a little bit of velocity on the fastball. Yet to really see the breaking ball.
We see it there. It just misses outside to Parker, and the count goes to 2-2. Yeah, you look at Stellar Miss, and they're catching, I would say, struggles, but they didn't throw out a base runner for the first probably 18 times. Somebody ran on the catcher, and you heard the fans complaining about the catcher. Not all stolen bases are on the catcher.
Yeah, a lot of times it's not on the catcher. Of course, catcher's got to be quick, deliver a strong, accurate throw, but sometimes base runners get a better feel on what the pitcher's doing and can steal a lot of bases off the pitcher.
I wouldn't. JoJo's gone. And that one misses up and in to Jacob.
You see it right away, you want to be able to establish that inside corner, but you got to be able to throw it and command it in. So stolen base there, wild pitch, and a dangerous count here to a very good hitter.
That's what you call some chin music.
Yeah, that's not going to make you feel good in the box. I can tell you that. 91 up
You might
that high. And, a lot of people get upset about that. There's no intention behind that, just one that got away.
Yeah, I promise you, if he probably had that one back, it would not have went right there. So the full count pitch here from Odom. And a big swing and a miss. So he gets Parker on strikes, and that'll send Drew Swan to the plate for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, not shy about going back up in there. Good located fastball above the belt on the inner part of the plate. Hard to get to when you can throw it at 90 miles an hour.
So an 0 count, 1 out, and Drew Swan steps up to the plate. JoJo Parker is in scoring position for the Tornadoes. A good stop there by S.T. Most. So that breaking ball kind of got away from Odom.
Yeah, command's a little shaky right now. I want to see him kind of, like I said, be effectively wild. It's not a comfortable at bat as a hitter when you don't feel like the pitcher has a quite certainty where he knows what's going to go. And sometimes it can be effective as a pitcher. It's very frustrating. One gets away from you, then you spot one up, and a good pitch there, not called a strike, but looked like, kind of the same zone in the top of the first inning that Purvis had as well.
Yeah, you saw the frustrations of JoJo Parker on some of those calls. That one was the same spot that he was frustrated with in the top of the first, and Odom frustrated with here. Just a good-looking pitch. That's just not the zone tonight, and that's what I like about having an umpire behind the plate. They're trying to do all kinds of stuff with the.
Once again, another stolen base off that long delivery out of the stretch, high leg kick. Puts a runner in scoring position or at third base with less than 2 outs, so a chance to make contact and score without the benefit of a base hit now.
And that's why holding runners is so important right there. If you hold him, he's still at first. Now he's at third base with 1 out. Drew Swan now has an RBI opportunity.
Both sides a little bit disappointed with the zone already.
A 3-1 count here to Swan. And that one, a called strike. So that brings the count full here to the 3-hole hitter. That was a 3-1 breaking ball as well. And the full count pitch misses away. And Drew Swan heads to first base. So runners on the corners now for the Tornadoes. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to do something to get Parker.
Yeah, first and third situation, I'd assume that the runner be in motion. Try to stay away from the double play. Try to see if Sumrall might throw down. Sneak a run across from third base as well.
So Swan stands at first, Parker at third. And this one's hit sharply to right field. But Cade Clinton makes easy work of it and slips while he's catching it. And JoJo Parker will score easy for the first run of this ballgame.
And you see there, the stolen bases come into play there. Hit by pitch, still second, still third. A fly ball out to the outfield scores a run. So a run manufactured without the benefit of a base hit.
So the sac fly from Hudson Walker. And now the DH, Ethan Walker.
We see that same trend continue, right? A lot of the right-hand hitters we're seeing really get on top of that plate and force Leo, if he wants to throw inside, to be very accurate with that pitch.
Yeah, his foot almost over the white line.
And you see that breaking ball start at his shoulders. He bails out and snaps right across the strike zone there.
So the 0-1 pitch here to Ethan Walker. And this one's hammered to left. And the left fielder makes the grab. So we head to the top of the second inning. The Purvis Tornadoes able to score 1 off 1 hit, and they left 1 runner on. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball.
Yes.
So we are back here in the top half of the second inning. JoJo Parker toes the rubbers for the Tornadoes. And the freshman, Drew Davis, who had a home run just a night ago against the Tornadoes, steps in the box here for the Bobcats. A freshman that has had a phenomenal season at the plate. He's tied for the lead in home runs.
That breaking ball is really effective. A lot of late break comes off hard out of the hand, and right when the hitter goes to swing, it's just really diving out of the zone.
Yeah, it's his ability to control it's going to play a key factor in this ball game. And the fastball up catches the top half of the strike zone, brings the count to 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch, the breaking ball fouled off down the third base line. So Davis got the win on the mound last night, hit a home run, trying to make an impact here on this game at the plate, and it's short. Catcher set up way outside, trying to get him to chase.
And that pitch is several feet off of the plate. A lot of people can't see that from the side. So you hear the oohs and ahs in the mic. It's a good 0-2 pitch, right? You're seeing if the hitter will go after it. If not, you come back, you're still way ahead in the count.
And he sets up a way again. And a good take there by Davis. And that brings the count full. So he's worked himself back into this count. And the way JoJo Parker's throwing that breaking ball, I wouldn't say it's out of the pitcher. He threw it, but he threw it in the dirt.
Yeah, good at bat by Drew battling there. Fouled off a tough breaking ball. Two good takes with 2 strikes and finds a way on base. And you saw one of the keys last night. Purvis captured a lot of momentum with the 2 solo home runs. Sumrall immediately answered with 2 of their own. You know, they'd like to answer that run right here again in the top of the second.
Absolutely. And Caden Williamson steps in the box, a guy who's been in the leadoff spot all season for the Bobcats. And he lays down a bunt. And if JoJo Parker wasn't a Mississippi State commit for a shortstop, that's probably a base hit.
Yeah, good job of fielding his position there. It's a good bunt. I think he was anticipating it, but, cool, calm, collected, gets over there, hurry, bare hands, strong, accurate throw to first base. But job done for Caden to move that runner in scoring position.
That was probably the easiest I've seen a good bunt fielded. So a great bunt. And now the DH, Cody Broom, who went 2 for 3 just a night ago, steps up in the box. He's the DH tonight. He's hitting for Kellen Garcia.
Yeah, good night to play last night. A guy that can make contact. Another one of those seniors that's been in and out of lineup all year, but a guy who has good back control, can put the ball in play.
And that breaking ball, a called strike, and that brings the count to 0-2.
Yeah, just so much life on that breaking ball.
A lot of life on the breaking ball and a lot of control as well. He throws it in all counts. And I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to it. Oh, he does not. He goes with the fastball, and that one's poked into right field there by Cody Broom. And it's bobbled by the right fielder, and Drew Davis slides in and ties this ball game up at 1.
Once again, you see that senior leadership, a great approach there, taking that outside fastball. It was even a little bit off the plate, but staying back, punching it through the hole of the right side. Drew had to hold up as the line drive, didn't know if the second baseman might not get there. The right fielder bobbling actually enabled the runner to come home from second.
A great piece of hitting there by Cody Broom. And talking about taking advantage of the moment that you're given, he is 3 for 4 in the past 2 days. Malik McNair, the hitter now, he squared the bunt, but pulled it back when he saw it was a breaking ball. And it lands in for strike 1.
And once again, we see Sumrall answer right back, give up a run, immediately come back, score that run, not let the momentum get too far in favor for Purvis. And that's why Cody's in the lineup, right? Great back control, can make a lot of contact. Make contact, good things happen.
So the 0-1 count here to Malik McNair. And the breaking ball in the dirt blocked up by Teeter. So a good block to keep the ball in front.
Yeah, talk about controlling the run game. That comes with the catcher, too. You're just blocking balls, keeping that ball in front. If that ball gets away any further, Cody's standing on second base with another runner in scoring position.
And this one pegs Malik McNair in the back.
So a few hit by pitches already in this game, and like I said, it's tough. Like, you've got to be able to pitch inside, and these right-hand hitters are really getting on top of the plate and forcing their hand. Hey, if you're good enough, throw it in here, and small margin of error on the inside part of the plate.
And just how the Bobcats would like to draw it up, the top of the order heads to the plate. S.T. Moss had a single over the third baseman in his first at-bat. So 1 out here for JoJo Parker. And a guy who worked out of a jam just an inning ago via the strikeout. And this umpire's calling time behind the plate.
Yeah, a little confusion about when the hitter was ready. Pitcher can't go until the umpire points out, as he does now, put the ball back into live.
And this one drilled over to the third baseman. And it might score one. And it does. And Malik McNair advances to third and S.T. Moss to second with a double.
Yeah, tough play there. Ball hit hard off the bat. Took a kind of a short hop, gets underneath the third baseman's glove. The ball that, if it feels cleanly, could have been a double play and been out of the inning, but now you're down 2-1.
So a great piece of hitting again by S.T. Moss in this ballgame. 2 innings and 2 base hits for him. And the Bobcats have just taken a lead. So they're responding to the 1 run given up in the bottom half of the first inning. This is just how Coach Davis wants to see his team respond. Now Landon Hawkins.
I'd be curious to see. That's about 6 at-bats in a row to Landon. They've led off with a breaking ball. Might be time to just kind of sit on that and see if you get a hanger and maybe drive it. And if they throw you a fastball, just kind of take it and move on to the next pitch.
And he hits the breaking ball to the shortstop. It's going to score 1. They get Landon Hawkins at first. And S.T. Moss tries to advance to third, and he slides under the tag and is able to.
Yeah, a dangerous attempt there, right? The adage in baseball, you never want to make the first out at third or the third out at third. S.T. very close to making the third out there at third base, because with 2 outs in second base, you're already in scoring position. A base hit more than likely is going to score you. A lot of times the risk is not worth the reward there, but a great slide even underneath the tag. Good job by Landon putting the ball in play, bringing down another run, pushing that lead out further and a chance to do more.
Now Cade Clinton heads to the plate. Clinton was hit by the pitch in his first at-bat. And the breaking ball again, starting them off for Cade Clinton. Yeah, so you see the meat of this lineup getting mostly breaking balls to start their count, and a lot of them are falling for a strike.
Yeah, it almost is like he's controlling that breaking ball a little bit better than the high fastball Cade goes after. Cade, loves to hit that fastball and loves to drive the ball the other way.
And after you see that swing, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw a breaking ball here. And they do.
And you see that time just kind of let that front shoulder leak out, cause the right arm to stay behind his body, and that ball leaked a little bit too far inside. Kind of lucky that didn't hang out over the plate.
So a 1-2 count here to Clinton. He takes that one up and away for ball 2.
I tell you what's impressive about both these pitchers. It's an easy 85-90.
Yeah,
they're not exerting a lot of effort. It's just nice and easy. Those balls are hard to hit because it gets on you really fast.
Yeah, it looks like he's barely trying to throw it. That breaking ball misses up. That brings the count full here to Clinton.
I imagine they're probably going to try to elevate that fastball, see if Cade will use his own aggressiveness against them here.
S.T. Moss stands 90 feet away. And he does. But he fouls it back. Just barely getting a piece of it.
Yeah, good pitch. That's right there at the borderline, the top of the zone. Looks good at that high, right? You really want to offer at those pitches. First base open. Might see a breaking ball. Try to strike the ball, break the ball, meaning it comes out of the hand in the strike zone, and the last second will break out of the zone.
And the breaking ball hit up the middle. Eli Lowe fields it cleanly, throws it to first, and the pick over there by Drew Swan ends things here in the top half of the second inning. The Bobcats score 3, and we head to the bottom half of the inning. And we're back here in the bottom half of the second inning. Leo Odom toes the rubber, and Kenan Turner set to lay things off here for the Purvis Tornadoes. Turner, the guy who got the Purvis Tornadoes started just a night ago with an opposite field home run. So Turner, a guy who's got a lot of pop in his bat. Be interested to see how he uses it here. The 91-mile-an-hour
Just
fastball.
easy 91. Just a smooth delivery that comes out of his hand real quick. And for Leo, right, very important right here to come out. You get there, your team gives you the lead. You want to come out, throw a lot of strikes, quick work. Break ball just breaks off the zone just a little bit. And it's been a tight zone so far, but it's been consistent.
Yeah, that's the consistent zone that you want to see this time of the year. You can't really complain about it. This one's hit sharply to Drew Davis and gets under the glove of Davis. So Kenan Turner reaches first base safely on the Bobcat error.
Yeah, a little bit in between hop there. Wasn't sure if it was going to pop up or stay down. Kind of got his feet a little bit tangled up underneath him. He gets underneath the glove barely.
And the Purvis Tornadoes use the dirt infield to their advantage there.
Yeah, that turf infield is true hops most of the time. Be curious to see if Purvis might go a little small ball here to the bottom of the line, try to move some runners, make Sumrall make some more plays here.
The left fielder, Alston Lawler, the hitter now for the Tornadoes. And he pops this one up. The left fielder comes to his left, and he makes the grab for out number 1. So a good way to get back in the zone after your shortstop makes an error. Adjusting and getting a quick out and keeping Kenan Turner at first base.
Wonder now with that first out here if we might see the runner in motion with that high leg kick again.
So Eli Lowe steps up to the plate here for the Tornadoes. An 89-mile-an-hour fastball taken for strike 1. So Eli Lowe, Nash Teeter, and then back to the top of the lineup for the Tornadoes. And Lowe puts this one out in right center. But Caden Williamson played that one perfectly. He was set up in right center and ranges probably 3 steps to his left and makes an easy grab.
And exactly what you want to see if you're a Sumrall fan. Leo coming out, really pounding that fastball for strikes. Runner gets on by an error, then 2 quick outs. A chance to get their offense right back up the plate with momentum still on their side.
And if you're a Bobcat fan, if you know Leo Odom, you're not worried about how hard he can throw or his ability to pitch. A lot of times it's just the ability to throw strikes.
Yeah, command that strike zone, right? Use that term effectively wild. A pitch that, you saw against Jacob Parker that buzzes him up the head, then he comes right back and perfectly locates one. That's very hard as a hitter. You're just very uncomfortable in the box whenever you just don't have a feel of the pitcher knows exactly where he's going. And sometimes Leo does a good job of using that to his advantage. I think with Leo, it's hard to believe he's just a junior.
Yeah, just a junior running it up to 91 we've seen tonight. And there it was again, 91 miles an hour, fouled off by Nash Teeter. A must-win game for the Purvis Tornadoes. They won the state championship just a year ago, trying to punch their ticket. And the runner goes, but the swing and a miss by Leo Odom, and you see the excitement he has on the mound. And we head to the top half of the third inning. This is Zane Berry and Todd Saunders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Jack Miller steps in the box here in the top half of the third inning to lead things off for the Bobcats. Miller was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat.
Got another leadoff break ball, first pitch there, and first strike. And credit to Jody, he's really locating it first strike.
Yeah, really throwing it effectively. And
not just to get me over strike. I mean, they're well located. A lot of times at the bottom of the zone that a lot of hitters just can't do much with.
And the 0-1 pitch misses low and away. Brings the count to 1-1 here to Miller.
Looked like Jody kind of dropped his arm a little bit, trying to get a little bit more arm side run on that fastball.
And Miller drives this one over the shortstop, so the scorching hot bat of Miller transfers over to tonight, and he gets a leadoff single. So this is back-to-back-to-back innings that the Sumrall Bobcats have had the leadoff runner on first.
Yeah, that's always a good sign. Definitely want to get that leadoff runner any way you can. Forces the defense to change things, puts pressure on them, opens up holes in the infield with first base, having to hold the runner on.
So now the pitcher, Leo Odom, steps up to the plate, and he struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Leo got a lot of power in that bat. Got some swing and miss, though, but, he's looking for a pitcher that he can do damage on. Tall frame, the Ole Miss commit. The frame that he'd easily put on about another 15 pounds. Then I'd like to see what that fastball's going to do if he does that.
Yeah, and he has a lot of life on it. He fouls that one down the right field line. A guy who started the season scorching hot at the plate has kind of calmed down a little bit. A power guy. He tied for first in home runs on this Bobcat team.
And there was a time, right, where baseball, the strikeout was such a big deal. It's not so much anymore, right? A lot of it's become the three true outcomes of the game.
So the 2-strike approach is good there as he takes that ball just a tad bit outside.
And that 3-2 outcomes, a lot of times it's you see in Major League Baseball, the home run, the walk, or the strikeout. Major League Baseball is a little bit more because, right, most time a ground ball in Major League Baseball is an out just as a strikeout is. High school is a little bit different, right? You put the ball in play, a lot of good things can happen.
And so this one just cue balled over to the first baseman, and he's going to throw it to second for the out. So a smart decision there by the first baseman to get the lead runner out, but Odom gets on first safely.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if he might have tried to get the bag there and then try to throw it down for the tag double play, but a smart decision there keeps a runner at first base and not in scoring position.
So now the hitter, Drew Davis. Davis walked on 4 pitches in his first at bat.
And Sumrall will elect to use the courtesy runner for the pitcher, which is allowed in high school baseball. So it's not a substitution. The pitcher and the catcher can be run for as a courtesy runner. Does not count for a substitution in the game.
Number 22, Braylon Harrison checking in as the pinch runner. And if you are around Summerall, you know Braylon Harrison is a very speedy runner.
Yeah, probably going to see the runner at motion at some point during this at bat.
And this is going to be a swinging bunt. This is going to be trouble for Cannon Turner. He throws it to first and makes it look easy. But it advances the runner to second. So a check swing bunt there by Drew Davis.
Yeah, first ball, breaking ball, check swing, just got a little bit too hard in front. Almost worked to his advantage, just a little bit too much on it. A little bit softer. It might have been the perfect swinging bunt for a single, but 2 outs now, a big 2-out hit would bring another run home.
And Caden Williamson steps up to the plate. He had a sack bunt just an inning ago. He takes that 2-seam fastball for strike one. You see that 2-seam running in on these righties. Probably a good 4 to 5 inches.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of moved from the 4-seam to the 2-seam, trying to get a little bit more action on the ball. A little good movement in on the right-handed hitter's hands there. And a good pitch, a pitch that if you're going to swing at, more than likely you're going to get jammed and be a soft pop-up or an easy ground out.
So 2 outs for JoJo Parker, trying to send his team back to the dugout. And that breaking ball misses away. So even his misses with the breaking ball are good misses.
Yeah, he's in command, right? Very rarely have we seen the ball kind of slip out of his hand and stay up and where the hitters can take advantage of it. It is on the outer part of the plate. It's at the knees. It's a tough pitch to handle. And Caden Williamson, you've been the leadoff hitter a lot this year. Another guy, good bat to ball skills, can put the ball in play.
So the 1-1 count. And that breaking ball thrown down the middle for strike 2. So 1-2 count, 2 outs here to Caden Williamson.
A little bit of a mistake there. He wanted that fastball off of the outside part of the plate. See if Caden might go fishing for it. Or ran back over the middle. Caden just misses it, fouling it straight back into the net.
Caden Williamson, a guy who has a lot of bat control. Like I said earlier, was in the leadoff spot for the majority of the season. Now down the order, but a guy who can really swing it. So the 1-2 pitch. The breaking ball hit over to the third baseman. Cannon Turner backhands it and fires a striker across the diamond for out number 3. So the Bobcats maintain a 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the bottom half of the third inning. JoJo Parker and the top of the lineup due up for the Tornadoes. And Leo Odom just threw an 87-mile-an-hour fastball halfway up the net and probably 10 feet to the right of the catcher. And that's a little opposite of the chin music, but that's not what you want to see when you're in the box.
And with Leo, like I talked about that effectively control, you don't know if that's on purpose. You don't know if that's just slipping out of the hands.
He might have done that just to scare him a little bit. Then he comes back with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball that just misses for ball 2.
Yeah, you see it, right? 2 pitches get away, then immediately painting one on the inside corner.
So the 2-1 count here to JoJo Parker. JoJo Parker had a bomb last night over the center field wall. That one got in on the hands of him, and he fouls it down the left field line. But a guy who put one probably 50 feet over the center field wall a night ago, where the center field wall is 370 out at Sumrall.
Yeah, incredible athleticism, a lot of power, great athlete.
So the 2-2 pitch. And a good job there by Parker fighting that breaking ball off.
Yeah, that was a well-located breaking ball. Started off of the outside corner, broke into the strike zone. Good swing to foul that away and live for another pitch.
So a 2-2 count here to JoJo. Leo Odom working out of the windup. Fires a very tough fastball.
Yeah, 2 really good pitches there. Good job of fouling those off. And that's a lot of times what you're trying to do with 2 strikes. You're trying to foul off those tough pitches until you can find something that you can put the barrel on the ball.
You hear the term a heavy fastball. His ball's heavy.
Yeah, a lot of life, a lot of ride. Like I said, just an easy, smooth 90 out of his hands.
That breaking ball misses in the dirt and brings the count full. So a good at-bat here by JoJo Parker.
And that really is a good take. There are so many hitters that swing right over the top of that. You see 2 90-mile-an-hour fastballs, a hard slider that starts at the knees and breaks down below. Good job of taking that pitch.
So a full count here to Parker. And he misses low, and that's going to be a leadoff walk. And we just talked about how important the leadoff man on is, and he came around and scored in the first inning as he got walked back in the first.
Yeah, hit by pitch in the first inning and then immediately stole 2 bases. We'll see if Leo elects to stay with that high leg kick out of the stretch. Imagine that JoJo will be on the move again.
Now his twin brother, Jacob Parker, steps up to the plate for the Tornadoes. Jacob Parker struck out in his first at-bat here against Odom.
Slide step there.
Yeah, you saw the slide step, and I was smart of him to elect to it.
So what comes with the slide step there? The pro is it's harder for the runner to get a good jump to steal the base, but you saw 4 miles an hour off of that fastball. He's been sitting 90 all night. That was at 86. So the question becomes, does it come a little bit more hittable?
Yes and no, I would say, because he can mix in a leg kick and really throw the timing off of the hitter.
Absolutely, and I think you'll probably see both of those here. Another effective pitch, if he can control it, is the slide step off speed pitch where it looks like the pitcher's jumping out to the hitter and then the ball just kind of checks up on you. Very tough pitch to hit sometimes.
And this might be trouble. It's popped up way up there. But Drew Davis snags it over there at short for out number 1.
Yeah, once again with the slide step fastball, well located, top of the zone. Deduces the pop-up. I would look, even with the slide step, I'd look for JoJo to be on the move again, this and that.
Yeah, Drew Swan steps up to the plate for the Tornadoes, and he reached on via the walk in his first at-bat, but that's also the guy who was up when JoJo stole second and third base back out in the first inning.
A good pick-off move there, showing one of his better ones there. Trying to shorten that lead. A lot of times runners will assume you won't do 2 in a row and get a little bit bigger lead here. Might go on first movement. Might not be a bad idea to double up on the pickoff move.
And a good hold there by Odom. You saw a good long hold, and that can really play a part to the hitter. He grounds out to the third baseman.
Yeah, so obviously a conversation was had in the dugout after that first inning. Good job. A lot of times base runners can pick up on tendencies of pitchers, right? They hold it with 1,001 and 1,002 pitch, 1,001 and 1,002 pitch. That time, Leo held it for a good 6-7 seconds there. Really gets the base runner antsy. It can even get the hitter antsy at times as well. But a great job of varying his timing there to the plate to keep the running game in order there.
And I've seen that done where the pitcher will come set and will stay set until the hitter calls time.
When I played at Colin, they had that exact call, right? We're going to hold the ball until somebody calls time. Of course, we did have the one stubborn batter who refused to call time, so I'm out at first base for 30 seconds while they're just staring at each other. Couldn't believe a balk or something hadn't happened. Finally, our pitcher just stepped off.
Oh, man. And you see the inside move there by Odom. That was what he lacked in the first inning when JoJo Parker elected to steal third. You see him hopping. That's what you're taught when the pitcher's not looking at you. You know, try to get some timing. The breaking ball pegs Hudson Walker, and now Ethan Walker, the catcher, well, DH tonight, was the catcher last night, heads to the plate. And, you know, if there is a guy that this Purvis Tornadoes team wants up to the plate, he's got to be up there for him.
I was going to bring the coaching visit out to visit. Probably just a reminder, like, look, you know, you got the runner at second base dancing back and forth. You want to be able to control that. You don't want to get so worried with 2 outs of the runner at second base. Whether he's at second or third, there's not a huge advantage gained there. So you want to be a little bit more concerned about the location he pitches that breaking ball. Elbow kind of stayed back, lost grip of that. It floats aside for a hit by pitch. So you don't want to make a mistake and hang that breaking ball over the heart of the plate because you're more worried about a runner at second base with 2 outs.
So Ethan Walker stands in the box here for the Tornadoes. The Bobcats have 2 outs. So an out can end the momentum that the Tornadoes have gotten here in the bottom half of the third inning. And a big swing and a miss there by Walker.
You see that fastball, and you talk about the RPMs on the pitch, and we say it has this riding action. It really doesn't have a riding action. It's just with that high spin rate, it stays on the same plane. For a hitter, it just looks like it rides because gravity isn't taking its full force on the pitch. And it's very tempting pitch to swing at and just stays above the hands the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very tough pitch to hit. And usually you don't think of a fastball being the tough pitch to hit. You know, you look at the breaking ball, but with a lot of life and RPM on these fastballs, they are not getting it any easier to hit.
It's a pitch that a lot of coaches love now at times, right? Back when I played, it was all about staying at the knees, ground balls. Most hitters had this kind of almost like a chopping type swing to get backspin. Now with the launch era,
the runner's still, he's going to elect to throw it to second, and they call him safe. So the double steal by the Tornadoes, we've been talking about it all inning, them electing to steal, and I think that was a smart decision by ST Moss to go to second.
Yeah, he very nearly had it, and a great decision throw to the back runner there. The runner second had it, stole very, had the base stolen. A great job by ST because that would have been the third out and got him out of the inning.
Would have been the third out of the inning. Now Leo Odom working out of the windup.
What it does do for Purvis, right, it's putting both runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Now base hit, probably going to tie the score up. But going back to what I was saying, right, with the launch angle that is kind of taking over baseball now, there's more of that upward swing to try to get the ball into the air, which makes hitters now more susceptible to that fastball up in the zone. You see it in the Major League, right? People even throwing sinkers at the top of the zone. That's something I was never heard of for a long time.
Yeah, it seems like the top of the zone is where you say you want to live in the bottom of the zone. That was what you heard growing up, live low. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah, now with that launch angle, that just goes right into the bat path now. So not that you don't want to stay there at times, but you also got to be able to command the top of the zone.
So the full count pitch here to Ethan Walker. And that one just misses.
Not sure if it was down or in, but good pitch, but he gets ball 4, but still 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
So that'll load the bases here for Cannon Turner, the third baseman. Cannon Turner hit a sharp ball to Drew Davis in his first at-bat.
You also get to see a little bit of the relationship between the home plate umpire and the catcher. ST having a little conversation with them. Where that miss? What are you seeing? Looks like it might have been a little bit of cross up there on that pitch. ST's going out just to make sure they're on the same pitch, same page with the pitch signals that they're given.
And that is not the pitcher that you want to be crossed up with. A guy who's been lighting the scoreboard up with 91, 92 all night. So the 0-1 count here to Cannon Turner. And that one misses up. Brings the count to 1-1. You probably feel some pressure now if you're on the mound for the Bobcats. You know, bases loaded. These fans can probably get to you. It's getting loud here in the stadium. And Cannon Turner, the guy who hit the first home run last night, stands in the box.
And as you say that right, you can immediately feel that kind of shift now with the hitter having 2 strikes on him, puts some pressure on him. Feels like a big moment in this ball game, even though we're in the bottom of the third.
And the score that's 3-1. It doesn't feel like a 3-1 ball game. I mean, 2 runs is nothing here in baseball. And you saw it last night, just the score changes going back and forth, back and forth. And the Bobcats able to outlast the Tornadoes just a night ago.
Be interesting on the pitch choice here. Do you go with that wipeout slider and risk a ball in the dirt? He does.
And he does.
Great job by ST. That is an insanely tough ball to block.
And I think if Parker would have read that early, he probably still could have made it, even with the amazing block.
Yeah, that pitch was almost out of the other batter's box. A great job by ST using his athleticism just to get a piece of his body on it, keep that ball in front, and keep it run from scoring.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Cannon Turner.
I'd imagine they're going to go back to the elevated fastball right here.
And the fastball misses away, and that will bring the count full. So the runners will be stealing on this pitch, and that's going to force the infield to have to throw to first.
Yeah, big pitch in the ball game right here. You don't want to give in, right? You don't want to throw a cookie. If you give up 1 run, that's fine, but you don't want to give up a crooked number here.
If this is a strikeout, I can imagine these Bobcat fans will go crazy. And it is. And Leo Odom works out of the bases loaded jam. And the Bobcats head to the top of the 4th inning with the score 3-1. Bobcats winning. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the top half of the fourth inning. The Bobcats have a 3-1 lead, and Cody Broom set to lead things off here for the Bobcats. And his first pitch, a fastball that misses away. And that fastball, 80 miles an hour. You've seen JoJo's velocity kind of drop.
Yeah, you see both. You know, and a lot of times the starting pitcher is not going to go full out every time pitch. Probably one of the reasons why we're seeing such of the elbow issues at the highest level of baseball. I mean, so many guys throwing 100 miles per hour pitch. There's just so much stress on the arm.
Right, and we've talked about the effortless release by JoJo Parker. I mean, he's probably just trying to throw strikes. You know, it's just a 75% throw probably by him.
Yeah, you see it there. That was a fastball at 78, just kind of throwing it over the hard plate there.
Right, and the one before that was 83. Broom fouls that one back, so Parker has worked himself back into this count, getting it 3-2 here to Cody Broom. And the Bobcats have had the leadoff runner on in the first 3 innings. So let's see if they can do it here again.
Of course, Cody delivered the big RBI single his first time up to get the Bobcats on the board.
And he strikes out Cody Broom.
Yeah, good job working back from 3-0 there.
Now the hitter, Malik McNair. Malik McNair got hit by the pitch in his first at-bat. And he tries to bunt for a hit, and it's going to be trouble for JoJo Parker. And he tries to glove scoop it and toss it to first. And that is how you do it.
Yeah, that perfectly placed bunt where the first baseman, if he charges, the out's not going to be made. JoJo, I mean, heck of an effort to get there. Many pitchers aren't even going to get to that ball. And almost made it pretty close to that glove flip, but great bunt by Malik there to get the runner at first, and he might be on the move right away with his speed.
And you usually see that ball go down the third base line with a righty pitching because they tend to fall that way towards the first baseman after throwing it. That couldn't have been put in a better position. Now ST Moss, he's got a single and a double on the night so far.
One thing Parker's done a good job of is his pick-em-off move is very good for a right-handed pitcher, and has kept the Sumrall Bobcats a little bit closer to first base.
Yeah, you see that the shortstop feet on the mound when he's up there. I mean, quick feet with a quick turn and almost like a sidearm throw over there to first.
Yeah, you normally see the runner there about where the lip of the curve and the grass and dirt meet. Malik's a good step behind that right now.
And he's one of the faster base runners on the Bobcat team, which that might give him the ability to, you know, take a step back and just make sure you don't get picked off.
1-1 count.
And ST Moss drives this one out into right field, and that's going to be his third hit of the night.
Yeah, just great piece of hitting, sitting back on that breaking ball, looping it into right field there. Now you got runners on first and second. For a hitter that just feels like he's due. He's had some good swings, just missed a couple. A big at bat here for Sumrall and Landon.
Yeah, Landon Hawkins steps up to the plate. I think he went hitless last night, and he's hitless so far in this game.
Which has not happened a lot this year.
No, it is not. He has been the heart and soul of this Bobcat order, and he hits this one over to the third baseman. Surprised he didn't try to tag him there. But they get the double play, so the 5-4-3 double play ends things here in the top half of the fourth inning, and we head to the bottom of the fourth. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Austin Lawler sent to lead things off here for the Tornadoes in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lawler popped out to the left fielder in his first at bat.
Yeah, big inning here for Leo towards the bottom of their lineup. They want to throw a lot of strikes. Try not to let them turn that lineup over this inning.
And this one hit over there to third. It's going to be a tough play for Davis. He's going to have to make a strike across the infield, and he does. And he gets Lawler out at first. So Davis makes that play look easy. It's not an easy play.
No, that was not an easy play. Slow chopper deep in the hole. Drew showing off the arm strength there. Put that ball on the line. Great stretch from Jack. Little spike there on the back foot there. It never feels good.
Absolutely not. And especially after you've hit 2 home runs and got a hit in this game already. But now the hitter, Eli Lowe, he flew out to the center fielder in his first at-bat.
We talked about with JoJo, like it looked like his fastball's dropped down about 3 miles an hour. Leo sitting about 90, now sitting about 87.
And you would think if the Bobcats are able to get four innings out of Leo Odom, that's a quality start.
Yeah, they love 4. I'm sure they love to get to 5. Of course, next time it comes up, will be the third time through the lineup. They've seen him twice already.
And that one, a good pitch, just misses outside. So the count to 3-0 here to Lowe. And you don't want to walk hitters here because the top of the order is just around the corner.
Yeah, 8-hole hitter, 4-pitch walk. That's not what you want to see. That could be maddening sometimes with Leo. The fastball command gets a little bit away from him, but it's also very effective. He those 4 straight balls like that, and then he'll come back and they'll spot up 2 at the knees. It's just really hard to hit. The 9-hole hitter up.
Yeah, Nash Teeter, the catcher, heads to the plate. He struck out the last time he faced Leo Odom.
Sumrall would love to see a ground ball hit right to one of their middle infielders here.
Odom misses up on the 86-mile-an-hour fastball. A beautiful ballpark here in Purvis. And there's fans standing everywhere. I mean, it is tightly packed here in Purvis, as we knew it would be. The fake steal by Eli Lowe. And Leo Odom's now thrown 6 straight balls.
And that's going to bring out the pitching coach to come try to settle him down. You can't put on 3 base runners in front of this vaunted top of the lineup for Purvis.
The Bobcats only used 2 pitchers just a night ago, so a quality start out of Drew Davis has allowed the Bobcats to almost reserve some of their pitchers for when needed.
Jack didn't throw a whole lot last night. I'm not sure on the pitch count rules whether he could pitch again tonight or not. You still have Caden Williamson, who's thrown a lot of innings for this team. A different look as a lefty. You still have Braden Smith in the bullpen. Patrick Thomas, a lot of capable guys that can get outs.
And like I told you last night, after a pitcher's meeting, it's like 80% going to be a strike.
Yeah, and you knew that the hitter probably was taken there trying to see if he could continue that streak of throwing balls.
And he throws another one.
And there's the maddening thing right there, right? It's 6 straight balls, and it's fastballs, inner third at the knees, fastball, outer third at the knees.
Yeah, 2 quality pitches after throwing 6 straight balls, and he's got Teeter with a 2-2 count, and a swing and a miss there by Teeter for the second out of the inning. So big strikeout. If you don't get a strikeout there, you want the double play ball. But now JoJo Parker heads to the plate. He has reached safely via the walk in his first 2 at-bats. So 2 at-bats, 2 walks to Parker. And he is a very dangerous hitter. That breaking ball misses in. The Parker twins, just juniors. So they will have another season. And these are 2 very young teams that will probably see each other in a year in this same exact spot.
Yeah, neither team both have a couple seniors, but a lot of their core of the team is coming back next year. I think everybody kind of saw this as going to be a 3 to 4 year window where both these teams are going to be battling out for that place in the state championship. Of course, Purvis won it last year, Sumrall the year before. Another one of the team guaranteed to make it again this year. Just once again showing how strong that baseball is in the Pine Belt area.
Right, great for Lamar County. I mean, a team from Lamar County will be playing in the state championship no matter what, no matter the outcome, and you got to be excited. If you live local here, this is what you want to see. I mean, good baseball. Kids get to watch good baseball, grow up watching good baseball. A lot of kids don't get the ability to do this. And a flared pop-up to the left fielder. Malik McNair misses it out in left field. And that's going to score Eli Lowe. And they're going to try to get him out at third. And the third baseman unable to make the grab. So a boneheaded error there by Sumrall.
Yeah, and kind of similar play last night that happened with Purvis. A ball that was not hit hard, just fell in the right position. Malik trying his best to try to get that ball and make the third out. But in doing so, diving for that ball, it gets behind him. It allows the runner from first to come around all the way to score. If he doesn't leave his feet and keeps that ball in front of him, you're probably looking at a first and third situation. Then comes up, misses the cutoff man, throws over his head, allows the runner from second to go to third. Sequence of events that you would like just to let that ball fall in front of you, live for another day. But a run comes across for Purvis, and a big at bat here for Jacob Parker.
Yeah, huge at bat here for Jacob Parker, the tying run 90 feet away. And a game that feels like Summerall's had majority of momentum. You feel it completely switch here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Jacob Parker is 0 for 2 tonight, so he's due up.
If I'm not mistaken, was that the first hit for Purvis?
That was the first hit tonight for Purvis. And a big one.
So, you walk to the 8-hole hitter you don't want to see happen. A flare for the first hit, gets behind the outfielder, brings across another run. You look up, you can end up with one hit, but it's a 3-2 ball game.
And a swing and a miss on the changeup. That's a very good changeup out the hand of Odom.
We haven't seen many of those tonight. I'd like to see a couple more of those. That was a great changeup out of his hands.
Parker, a very big kid, and has a presence in the box like no other.
Looks like they might have doubled up with that changeup. So 1-2, you showing that changeup twice. Might see an elevated fastball, see if he'll extend the zone up high.
So the 1-2 count here to Parker, and the breaking ball gets Jacob Parker looking, and that is a ginormous strikeout there by Leo Odom. But the Purvis Tornadoes are able to get one back, and we head to the top of the fifth. The Bobcats lead 3-2. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Cade Clinton sent to lead things off here for the Bobcats in the top of the 5th inning. And we talk about important innings. The 5th, the 6th, and the 7th inning are the 3 most important innings of a ball game. And this is going to be a tough place for Cannon Turner. And that's going to be a leadoff single. So the Bobcats have gotten leadoff runners on in 4 of the 5 innings. In a game that you felt the momentum kind of switched back towards the Purvis.
Jack Miller.
Yeah, last 2 hits probably have a combined exit velocity of about 80 miles an hour, but yeah, all counts line drive in the book, and Sumrall's done a great job last night and today answering right when Purvis calls and trying to do it again, see if they can answer back right when Purvis scores, come back the next top inning and answer again. And the guy you want on the plate, the red hot Jack Miller.
Yeah, Jack Miller with a single in his last at-bat. Had 2 home runs yesterday. Just kind of the story of the series so far. But he is scorching hot.
Cade has good speed at first base. Might see him in motion at some point.
And this one's going to be popped up, and it's going to be in between the second baseman and the right fielder. Right fielder having trouble finding it, but he does, and he throws it over to first. But Clinton goes back in safely, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Looks like Purvis has some action up in the bullpen, just in case.
I believe that's Ethan Walker warming up for the Tornadoes out in the bullpen. So now the pitcher, Leo Odom, steps up to the plate with 1 out.
Fastball there, good healthy hack from Leo. Just kind of looks like he's just kind of missing underneath the ball right now.
And the soft pickoff over there to first to keep Cade Clinton at bay. The score 3-2. Sumrall with 6 hits, Purvis with 1, but it is a tight ball game. And the breaking ball.
And that breaking ball has been there all night for him. Really turn to it when he needs to throw a strike.
So the 0-2 count, 1 out. The catcher kind of sets up away again there. And Nash Teeter, starting catcher tonight. Probably starting just for this position right here. Ethan Walker able to get warm out there in the bullpen. And this one's going to be hit into right field.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. You can see him really shorten his swing down there, taking that fastball in the outside corner, driving the ball the other way. And we'll see the courtesy runner come back in for the pitcher.
Braylon Harrison heads to first in replacement of Leo Odom. Leo Odom, a great piece of hitting there with 1 out. And kind of got lucky with Eli Lowe shifted left.
Number 21, Carson Speed running at first base.
Now Drew Davis, the hitter for the Bobcats.
Drew Davis.
Not quite sure how that ball missed him there. It looked like it was going right to his back, but the breaking ball kind of spun just away from Drew at the last second there. But a guy you like him to play here, Drew. Another guy that has a lot of good bat-to-ball skills, has some power. He was selected to play for the prestigious Team USA over the summer, so he's used to big spots.
Yeah, a guy who won a gold medal with Team USA earlier in the summer, and this one's hit to the shortstop. He fields it cleanly and tosses it to second, and they throw it to first. And they say Drew Davis beat it out at first.
Yeah, Bang Bang play at first there. A slight bobble by the shortstop when he fielded it. It was that half a second that it took for Drew to be safe there.
So Davis reaches on the fielder's choice. And the Bobcats now have runners on the corner for Caden Williamson.
First and third situation, another chance to maybe put a runner in motion, see if he can draw a throw to get the runner home. Would like to at least answer back with 1 run if possible. Guy at the plate that can really handle the bat, not so much concerned if he falls behind in the count, because he can really make contact at a high level.
He's going to take till he gets a strike, it seems like. I mean, he's got a good eye, and he trusts his bat. You don't see him chase many pitches out. Davis at first. I wonder if he's going to try to attempt to take second.
Maybe the third to first move. About time for us to ban that in high school baseball as well.
This one softly hit to the third baseman, and he throws it to first for out number 3. And so the Bobcats still have a 3-2 lead as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. This is Zaneberry and Tidsiders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Drew Swan steps in the box. And we are back live here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Drew Swan, the 3-hole hitter. So the meat of the order up. 3, 4, and 5 for the Purvis Tornadoes. Leo Odom back on the mound. And that's a good pitch. They say he does not go.
Batter number 22, Drew Swan.
But he wanted to swing at it. And another good pitch just misses outside for ball 2.
The outside corner has really been tight all night. He's not getting anything off of the plate.
And you see the umpire kind of set to the inside of that catcher, so that ball probably looks a little further out.
It is the hardest pitch to call. I've done some umpiring. That ball low and away is the hardest one to see. It's the furthest away from your eyes. And 1-run lead, you really like to see Leo kind of hold in, don't give away free passes, really make them have to swing the bat. They've not had any hard contact really against them tonight.
And this one's popped up to the infield. Jack Miller camps under for out number 1.
Tell you, as a first baseman, I hated a pop-up. I was immediately looking at my second baseman to come get that ball.
I remember back when I played, I was looking at the first baseman telling him to grab it. I hate an infield pop-up.
Batter number 9, Paxton Cooper.
Which should really make you feel good about my driving skills.
So after the fly out to first, Hudson Walker heads to the plate. And he is 0 for 0 tonight. He's got a sac fly, and he's got a hit by pitch. 2 plate appearances for Hudson Walker. But he has yet to record an at-bat. That's a good pitch there. Leo Odom on the outside part of the plate, and that's probably the first time I've seen him call that fastball away. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play.
Yeah, it looks like Leo's kind of dialed in on that outside corner at the knees. Tough pitch to hit.
And if you remember the first time they played here in this stadium this year, the Bobcats had a one-run lead the entire game until the 7th inning. Then the Tornadoes turned it around and walked it off in the 7th.
Yeah, Sumrall certainly doesn't feel comfortable with a one-run lead. Of course, you'd rather have a one-run lead than no run lead, but it's important for the offense to try to get some more runs across the board.
And that breaking ball, a great pitch.
That might have been the best one tonight. I love the depth on that breaking ball. Started at the shoulders, right across the belt by the time it crossed. Great curveball there for the punch out.
Ethan Walker 0 for 1 tonight. Steps in the box for the Tornadoes, and this is a guy who can spark the life into this Tornado lineup. He's got 9 home runs on the season, so he's got more than anybody on Sumrall, and he leads Purvis.
Yeah, another big kid. A lot of tall, athletic, strong kids here on this baseball field tonight.
The 1-0 count. And that one misses away, and S.T. Moss heads to the mound to give his pitcher some words of encouragement. So 2 pitchers that are undefeated on the season, and they have showed up and pitched pretty lights out tonight, both of them.
Yeah, 2-0 here. You don't want to just lay in a cookie. This guy can tie the ball game up real quick.
That one misses away. So 3-0, and
be interested to see. Maybe you give him a green light here on the 3-0. You know you're going to get a fastball. A guy 9 home runs on the year that could easily put one over the fence. They're going to let do the fake bunt, which should be an automatic strike.
I've always thought that too. I mean, the fake bunt with a 3-0 count. I don't know. I just don't like it.
As an umpire, I more have a tendency to give you a strike than I wouldn't if you do something like that. Just don't think it's necessary. But 4 balls, runner at first base with 2 outs.
Yep, and that sends Cannon Turner to the plate for the Tornadoes. He is 0 for 2 tonight.
Cannon Turner, the batter.
He has reached on an error.
And there's 5 straight again. We've seen this before.
Yeah, 5 straight balls, 2 outs. And that one misses in the dirt, but a great block there by S.T. Most. That brings the count to 2-0.
Imagine Sumrall was trying to just get this down 6 in a row. Of course, last time we threw 6 in a row.
So a 2-0 count here to Cannon Turner. Turner has played phenomenally over there at third base. And that is 7 straight balls now for Leo Odelman. And you almost have to imagine the Bobcats got to be thinking about who they're going to have to replace him with. And he squares the bunt. And he pulls it back. So we see it again, the fake bunt take. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Well, no, this is a player-inflicted pitcher's meeting.
I think Coach Davis was checking with the umpire to see if he had another visit to be able to go to the mound without having to make a change. If we do make a change, you probably see Caden Williamson coming in from center field.
I'm thinking either Caden Williamson or Landon Hawkins.
Yeah, another guy we haven't really talked about has thrown a lot of innings this year as well.
Yeah, Landon Hawkins has pitched a ton for the Bobcats, but they really haven't needed him to this point. They've rode the backs of Leo Odom and Drew Davis on the mound.
It looks like they're going to stick for Leo. See if he can't get this last out and get him out of the inning.
They have a lot of trust in their guys. And Austin Lawler steps up to the plate here for the Tornadoes. So back-to-back walks for Leo Odom. And now he's got a tough test with a runner in scoring position. 7 hits to 1. But the Bobcats only have a 3-2 lead here in the 5th inning.
Well, another thing, looking at this game as a whole, right? 2 quick outs and then 2 back-to-back free passes ensures that the top of the lineup will get another chance in this ball game.
Yep. And he squares the bunt. So the bunt take again. But this one, it falls in there for a strike.
Not only ensures that the top lineup gets up again, but ensures that 1 through, right now, it looks like 1 through 4 is at least guaranteed another at bat.
And this one fouled back. And now Leo Odom has Austin Lawler with a 1-2 count. 0-2 count, excuse me.
And I'd like to see Leo not even mess around, go right after him here, even with 0-2.
Yeah, and just
challenge him.
Say, here it is. And the 0-2 pitch. And he does go right at him. It's going to be a tough play for Hawkins. He fields it and throws it to first. And it goes over the first baseman. And this is going to possibly score 2. It scores 1. And things are tied up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A very rare mistake there by Landon Hawkins. He fielded it cleanly, but sailed Jack Miller over there at first. And the Purvis Tornadoes take advantage of the walks and tie the ball game up here in the 5th.
Yeah, high chopper. Just kind of looks like he got a basket caught it up near his chest and just couldn't get a good grip on the ball. A little surprised that they didn't try to send the go-ahead run in as well.
Yeah, I thought that too. I mean, they are a team that is willing to risk it. Here at the bottom half of the order, and Eli Lowe pops out to the first baseman. So the Bobcats leave runners at second and third, but the Purvis Tornadoes tie things up here in the 5th. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back in the top of the 6th inning.
Number 9, Cody Broom.
Cody Broom trying to get the Bobcats going. He is 1 for 2 tonight.
Well, we enter to the top of the 6th. Brand new ball game, all tied up.
A game that's kind of flown by so far, only an hour and 45 minutes, and we're already in the 6th inning. And that one's going to miss away, so the count's going to go to 1-1 here to Cody Broom. The Bobcats need the leadoff runner on, and then McNair follows Broom. That brings the count to 2-1.
Yeah, Sumrall's done a good job this series answering back when Purvis has scored. Kind of infuriating if you're a Sumrall fan to see only 1 hit given up, but it's a 3-3 ball game.
A good take there by Broom, and it brings the count to 3-1. So McNair, who bunted for a hit in his last at bat, stands on deck. And that one catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. So a 3-2 count here to Cody Broom. And this one, a thrown strike and softly hit over there to Cannon Turner, and he makes the easy throw to first for out number 1. Now Malik McNair.
Next batter is number 6, Malik McNair.
He bunted for a hit just
Malik McNair.
in his last at-bat. I don't know if you remember that, but that was a fantastic bunt down the first base line from McNair. And you see the defensive change that Purvis has done. The first baseman playing in the grass for Purvis.
Yeah, definitely going to force him to swing the bat, this at bat, not be able to do that bunt again.
And a good pitch by JoJo Parker. That brings the count to 0-2, and you feel the momentum getting back in Purvis's favor.
Yeah, you feel the tide kind of swinging just a little bit there as a borderline 3-1 call. That could have been ball 4, called a strike, and then leads to an out. Then immediately 2 strikes here on Malik. There's a game that can change momentum very quickly.
So an 0-2 count here to Malik McNair, 1 out. The catcher sends up in the other batter's box. And see, that's where the fans think that's a strike. You know, he spotted him up in the chest. He was just set up in the other batter's box. And this one's drilled to left center. And this is going to be 2 for McNair. It's going to at least be 2. He might try 3. But a great job there by Jacob Parker to get it in and cut it down to a double.
Yeah, great job staying back on that breaking ball. One of the few breaking balls we've seen hit hard tonight. Got a little bit too much of the plate. Malik does a good job driving that into the gap. And man, how many clutch hits has he had this postseason?
Yeah, he has been almost the leadoff man out of the 9-hole spot. And now you see ST Moss who's 3 for 3 on the night.
Yeah, nobody you probably want more in this situation than ST. Seen the ball well out of JoJo's hand today.
Yeah, it seems like he is all over JoJo Parker right now. And he hits this one into the 6 hole. And Malik McNair is rounding third, and they're going to try to score him. Oh, they hold him up over there at third base.
Well,
So
welcome back to the lineup, ST Moss.
yeah, 4 for 4 on the night. The guy who did not start last night has come in, and they did not make it easy on him. They put him in the leadoff spot, and he has responded with a 4 for 4 night. And Coach Tony Farlow heads out to the mound to meet with the Purvis pitcher.
That's just so crazy. We were talking about just a few pitches ago. 0-2 count on Malik, and you can just feel the momentum in Purvis's favor. He fouls off a tough pitch, then follows that with a double in the gap, and now a single. And now it feels like the momentum's swinging all the way to the Sumrall side. You know, as a ball player, right? If you make an error, you want to be able to atone for that. And here's Landon, who made that error in the last inning, a chance to really deliver, get that error back, and put his team back out in front again.
And hitless in the series so far, but an opportunity to really make his mark on this game here tonight.
Does have an RBI on the ground out earlier today. Of course, double play still in the order. I'll be curious to see if Sumrall might put the runner in motion. We haven't seen a lot of that from Sumrall. They've not been really running a whole lot this series.
No, and a Sumrall team that likes to run. I mean, Coach Davis likes the small ball, likes the bunt and the steal, but we haven't seen very many steals tonight. I don't know if we've seen one.
And once again, Landon, that's his 8th at bat. That's the 8th, the first pitch curveball he's seen.
So now he stands in with an 0-1 count. Here with 1 out, Moss stands at first, McNair at third. And this one's drilled up the middle, and it hits off the chest of Eli Lowe. And he was almost safe at second. But the Bobcats score and take the lead here in the top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, had it played perfectly. Line shot, Sumrall's a little fortunate they didn't field that cleanly because that would have been an easy double play if he did. Second baseman playing up the middle. Landon hit probably the hardest velocity ball we've seen hit tonight. Just right to him, but it gets into his stomach and gets away from him. So an RBI fielder's choice, and Sumrall takes the lead again.
Yeah, the at-bat you wanted to see out of Landon Hawkins if you're the coaches of this Bobcat team. Now Cade Clinton steps into the box, and he fouls that one straight back.
Had a healthy cut of that one right there. Just missed that ball. Of course, Cade, a guy with a lot of power, too.
Yeah, very strong kid. And I was talking to Coach Cooley last night after the victory. He said in the fall, Cade Clinton swings a 34-37 bat. 34 inches, 37 ounces.
Which is the opposite. Usually you drop 3 at the high school level where the length of the bat, you're 3 ounces lower than the length. So what that does is just really training your hands and your forearms to be a lot stronger, swinging the heavy bat. You can generate more bat speed when you pick up a lighter bat.
I just thought that was impressive.
I'm assuming that's a wood bat that he's swinging, if that's the case.
I would imagine. Coach Cooley said he likes to train his hitters with that +3 bat now. And it seemed to work so far tonight. They have 9 hits. Just not many runs to show for it.
Yeah, 9 hits, a couple of double plays or bases loaded. They've left a lot of runners on base tonight, which you'd like to see that trend not continue. But 1-run lead here in the top of the 6th.
And a big swing and a miss there by Clinton. And JoJo Parker leaves a runner on. And we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Bobcats have a 4-3 lead. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. Blue, aren't they? So the 9-hole hitter set to lead things off here for the Tornadoes in the bottom of the 6th inning. Leo Odom still on the mound for the Bobcats.
Yeah, both starters riding it out all the way through tonight. Both have been effective.
Nash Teeter hits this one just out of play. And he'll step back in the box with an 0-2 count.
Of course, that 120 pitch limit is the limit they can pitch in the game.
The spot you want to be in if you're Purvis. So you got 9, 1, and 2. So Nash Teeter. Then you got JoJo Parker and Jacob Parker.
Yeah, important batter here. You don't want the 9-hole to get on base in front of the Parker twins coming up.
And that's where you saw him make the mistake just an inning ago. Teeter fouls that one back into the net. Odom still sitting 86-87 on his fastball through 5 innings. So an 0-2 count. And the fastball up. Sales ST Most.
And there's that effectively wild again. Every now and then he's going to let one go like that. Imagine if Banks gets on base, you probably see the lefty maybe come on to face the 2 left-handed hitters.
So a 1-2 count here to Nash Teeter. And that's a good pitch. But it just misses inside.
Not sure if that was up. He called it up or in, but it did look like a good pitch from here. Signaled inside.
Yeah, a great location there by Leo Odom. And he gets the swing and the miss. So they are back to the top of the order. JoJo Parker. He has reached base safely all 3 at-bats tonight. When I say at-bats, he's only got 1 at-bat, and he's been walked twice.
So he took the fastball off the ankle that first at-bat. Bases on it. That was the only hit for Purvis, that flare out into left field that led to a run.
And he put a healthy cut on that one and fouls it back into the net.
He's trying to tie the ball game up with that swing right there.
If you're on Sumrall, you got to slow the game down right here. A hard ball hit to you. I mean, these are 2 good hitters. You know, take your time. Make sure you filled it because you know how valuable these outs are right now. Leo Odom has JoJo Parker with an 0-2 count here with 1 out. And another fastball, 88, fouled back into the net.
Yeah, that was a 0-2 pitch. Got a little bit too much to the plate.
Yeah,
fortunate that JoJo didn't do a little bit more with that pitch there.
Yeah, a little too good of a pitch there with 0-2 against a very good hitter. The 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt.
That's a good back foot breaking ball. JoJo spit on that twice. It means he's seen the ball pretty well. That is a pitch that a lot of hitters will swing over the top of.
And you've seen in the past 2 nights, a lot of those hitters have laid off of those breaking balls in the dirt that are usually swung at.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many wild 2-strike approaches from both of these teams in the series. It's been very disciplined, which is probably a good reason why they are one of the last 2 standing in the state right now. A full count here. Don't want to put the tying run on base, but you certainly don't want to give a cookie up as well.
And this one is hammered to right field, and it's back, and it's gone, and we have a tie ball game, folks. And JoJo Parker took his helmet off. I think that could be an ejection.
Yeah, there's rules about that. I'm not sure on that.
JoJo Parker took his helmet off, but he sure did clear.
The umpire saw that. He's giving him a warning. So he took his helmet off, rounding first base. Then he came across home plate and spiked it into the ground.
And a great piece of hitting.
I mean, a huge base hit. But certainly something you want to kind of control your emotions, maybe a little bit more than that.
And
this is a big decision. If there was a rule for him to be ejected, that means he's out for the rest of this game. And if there's a game 3, he'd be out for that one as well.
Yeah, this is a very big decision.
I think they're going to leave it as is, which is probably right call in this kind of a moment with emotions high. At least there needs to be some kind of verbal warning.
I don't think you take the home run away. I mean,
no, you can't take the home run away.
He signaled a home run like they had the opportunity to take the home run away. But when you throw your helmet off,
and the thing is, and I'm not sure of the rules. If the rule says it's ejection, you've got to do that. Like, you can't just say, because it's a playoff game, that you cannot do that. I'm just not sure if that is the rule or not, or if that's up to the umpire's discretion.
So I have not been in the high school game in a good many years now, but I know that once was a rule that you can't take your helmet off.
Yeah, I think before
you touch home plate. So I mean, this is a big moment here, and they've already made the call, so they've made their decision up. But Coach Davis,
and the decision is not whether it's a home run or not. The home run's going to stand regardless. It's whether if the hitter can take the helmet off before he crosses home plate or not. Now, you turn on TV, that's what you see now. You watch Major League Baseball hit home run, they flip the bat up 100 miles an hour. It used to be unwritten rules, used to be all this kind of stuff. But
right.
Either way, it's going to be a tied ball game. But it's the ramifications going forward of what this could be.
And I don't think it would have been a big deal. But the spike
The
of
spike at the end, that was what I would say is the part was not necessary. I'm good for good emotions. I'm good for all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a great swing of the bat. It's a big moment.
Oh yeah, he has every right to celebrate.
But when the MHSAA says they're going to pride themselves on sportsmanship, you cannot slam the helmet at home plate like that.
Yeah, and just a very big moment.
Clear it up. If it were a Sumrall player that did the same thing, I'd be saying the same exact thing.
I would too. I mean, this is a big moment, and he deserves all the credit. A great swing of the bat, puts it in the bullpen, ties things up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And this first base umpire is fired up, pointing in the dugout, yelling.
And now his umpire kind of taking it in his role. And he shouldn't. It should be the home plate umpire. The home plate umpire should be the crew chief here, so I'm not sure what's happening right now.
And I think Coach Davis was talking about when Parker took his helmet off rounding first.
Yeah, that was one, and then that had the home plate in as well.
And now you feel the crowd. I mean, this game has kind of been quiet the entire game. Now you're feeling the crowd. You hear the boos. You heard the boos when Coach Davis was out on the field from the Purvis side, and vice versa if it was the same situation.
I don't know if they have another mound visit left, but it might be a good time just to go out there and just kind of slow things down. You see emotions are high with Leo. And it's frustrating, right? He's given up 2 hits, yet you're sitting here in a 4-4 game.
Yeah, 2 hits, one a dink double, you would say. I mean, got jammed on the pitch. Would have been a routine pop-up if they weren't in the shift. Gets behind McNair out there in left field, and the Tornadoes fortunately scored 2 off that play. Or 1. And Odom looks burnt out. I don't think that velocity on that pitch was very hard, and he sailed it over Jacob Parker's head. But like we've said all night, wildly effective.
Well, you can see right now he's really kind of lost his mechanics, really jerking the ball, trying to throw it as hard as he can because he's frustrated right now.
Yeah, the frustration, I mean, it's one thing to give up a home run, but now you're facing just as good of a hitter here in Jacob Parker. And he throws a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 3. And I haven't seen Leo Odom get rattled all season, but if there's a spot he's going to get rattled, it's here in this full packed stadium when the entire stadium is yelling at the people on the field.
Well, and a curious choice here in a 3-0 count. They elect just to go ahead and put Jacob Parker on base instead of pitching to him.
And so it looks like there's going to be a pitching change. Leo Odom's night is over after giving up 2 hits. Just 2 hits against this strong Purvis offense. But we have a tied ball game. So Caden Williamson coming up on the mound when we come back. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Caden Williamson comes up to the mound for the Bobcats, and he faces the three-hole hitter for the Tornadoes, Drew Swan.
Yeah, a much different look here where Leo sat right-handed and been 85 to 90 miles an hour with a heavy breaking ball. Caden's going to sit in the upper 70s with a fastball with a lot of movement. Wants to be able to locate well. Much different look for these Purvis hitters.
And you see the pickoff move, just tossing it over.
Third base.
Third base. And
I got the
so a 2-0 count here to Swan. And he pops this one up. And the right fielder ranges to his right and makes the grab. And you can tell these outfielders are having trouble with the ball tonight on these pop-ups.
Yeah, those balls that can get up above the lights there can be difficult to kind of get a gauge on where it might be going.
So 2 outs now.
And Stone Cold Steve Austin coming up to the plate.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, a.k.a. Hudson Walker.
Well, you can't get what Stone Cold usually uses. This isn't a pinch hitter, is it?
Looks like this is a pinch hitter.
Is it? Okay.
I don't have their roster, but number 30. Well, it is Hudson Walker, so not a pinch hitter. This is going to be a tough play for Davis. He's going to have to make a really good throw. And he beats it out.
So it kind of pulled the first base jack off of the bag there. Couldn't get the tag in time.
And I said he was going to have to make a tough throw, and he did. And it just ran up the line.
And now it looks like we'll have a pinch runner at first.
So a pinch runner checking in at first. And now Ethan Walker heads to the plate for the Tornadoes. Ethan Walker has reached base safely twice tonight via the walk.
Kay Lawler running at first base. Batters number 11. Ethan Walker.
A big moment in this ball game here in the bottom of the sixth.
Bottom of the sixth, tied up. And the Tornadoes have a runner in scoring position. And Williamson throws it. Can't tell if that was a fastball or
like
what.
A fastball, just a lot of that arm side run. Started in off the plate, runs right over the inner third of the plate for strike one.
A lot of movement on that pitch. And he throws it again here, and this one's popped straight up. Cade Clinton is having trouble out there. Falls to his knees, but makes the grab. And we head to the top of the seventh inning.
Seventh inning, tied ball game. Here we go.
Tied ball game, 4-4. This is playoff baseball, and you are listening to Zane Berry and Todd Siders. So we are back live here in the 7th inning, a tie ball game, and this is what you came to watch.
Yeah, last inning tie ball game, everything on the line. Sumrall fighting for a chance to go back to Pearl to compete for a state championship. Purvis trying to push this game to Game 3 Monday back at Sumrall.
And they were in the same exact spot just a year ago, but unable to punch their ticket to the state championship. And Jack Miller, the scorching hot bat, drives a single up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like he was sitting on that breaking ball. He's seen a lot of first pitch breaking balls. He was sitting back on that one. JoJo, of course, has gone the distance for Purvis so far. Winner and a pinch runner here for Jack.
Will Rayner, the pinch runner for Jack Miller, and Leo Odom steps up to the plate, and he has kept this Bobcat team in this ball game. I mean, just giving up 3 hits.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he pitched well, right? If you walks, that's going to come. You know that's going to come when Leo pitches, right? So, 3 hits and 4 runs, a couple errors behind him didn't help. But I thought he did a good job of competing on the mound tonight.
I think if you tell Coach Davis he's going to go 5 2/3 innings and give up 3 hits and 4 runs, he would gladly take that.
Yeah, you'll take the pitching performance. You certainly would take back a few of the defensive miscues they've had, but that's part of high school baseball, right? That's going to happen. The teams that can overcome their mistakes, Purvis has made some as well. That's part of the game.
Pick off the first.
Be curious to see if they're going to play a little small ball. Are you going to play for 1 run here? Or are you going to let Leo, who has a powerful bat, swing away, see if you can find a gap and try to put up a crooked number here? And by crooked number, I mean any run above 1, in case you're wondering what that means at home.
So the Bobcats have yet to test the catcher behind the plate, and you.
I'm just going to see these right here, but not for anybody specific. Not for me.
Appreciate that.
And they would you would figure going into this game they would test this catcher, as Ethan Walker was the DH tonight. And the runner fake steals, and Leo Odom almost just check swings at a breaking ball in the dirt. And the count goes to 0-2.
And Leo does have a couple of base hits tonight on 2 strikes, though. He's kind of shortened up on there, kind of punched the ball the other way. There's a gigantic hole between the second baseman and the first baseman.
And Odom swings at the breaking ball, but the runner advances on the dirt ball, and so almost works as a bunt.
Yeah, the runner was at first base, and first base was occupied on the time of the pitch, so Leo is out on the strikeout, but a good job of base running by Rayner to see that ball in the dirt and get to second base. So to go ahead and run at second base in scoring position, Drew Davis up to the plate.
Yeah, Drew Davis, the freshman, he's 0 for 2 tonight. 2 fielder's choices. He's reached safely, I believe, all 3 at-bats.
I imagine that Purvis is going to be careful with him here. You have a base open, 7, 8, 9 behind them. Good contact hitters, but not a lot of slug in behind Drew.
Yeah, not a lot of slug. You got Caden Williamson, Cody Broom, and Malik McNair. 3 guys who've had a really good series so far.
Of course, Jacob started the inning with about 98 pitches. 120 is the limit. When he hits 120, he can finish the batter, but that would be his last batter of the night.
So a 2-0 count here to Davis. And the breaking ball misses inside for ball 3. And the body language from Parker on the mound.
And they're going to go ahead with a 3-0 count. Not even pitch to him. Save the pitch count for the next batter. They'll elect to put Drew on base with first base open. Probably a wide decision. Now a ground ball can get you out of the inning with a double play. The downside, right, is the ball in a gap can actually score 2 runs now.
And the pitching coach comes out to the mound here for the Tornadoes. Probably just going to say, hey, you got 7, 8, 9 up. Go right at these guys. We can get you through this inning. If you can get us through this inning, you're putting us in a good spot to win this game. But we will be back after the pitchers meeting. This is Zane Berry and Todd Ziders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So 1 out, runners on first and second, and Caden Williamson steps up to the plate, and he is 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 2. He had a sack bunt in his first at bat. And JoJo Parker starts him off with an 81-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of later on in the game has gone to that two-seam, trying to get a little bit more movement on that fastball, trying to induce that ground ball. Caden runs pretty well. It'd be tough to double up.
Caden Williamson is due up for the bomb. I mean, he's due for a hit, and he absolutely hammers this one down in center field, and it bounces off the wall, and it might score two. They send Will Rayner, and it scores one, and that is the furthest ball I've seen Caden Williamson hit all season.
Well, clutch it back there, really sat back, drove that ball over center fielder's head. We talked about putting Drew Davis on base there. You're risking the more than one run, and looks like the pitch count limit has been reached, and he's going to have to come out of this ball game. But what a swing of the bat there by Caden Williamson. Really clutch it back there.
Caden Williamson got his number called there, and he takes advantage of it, putting a ball off the wall in center field. Just his second double of the season, and it is a big one as the Bobcats take a 5-4 lead and now have runners at second and third. When we come back, this is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So Cade Lawler, the new pitcher here for the Tornadoes, and Cody Broom steps up to the plate with runners at second and third.
I feel like it's still a big part of this game, right? If you're a Sumrall fan, you're excited you took the lead. But Purvis, like, this is a big moment. You want to try to keep this game at 5-4, give your offense a chance, right? Sumrall is imperative that they get another run, infield drawn in, trying to cut off that runner at third at home plate.
Looking to put something in the air here if you are a Bobcat hitter. So looking for something up and something you can drive into the outfield where at least one will score on a sac fly.
Yeah, you love it. Base hit probably scores two. Although the outfielders have come in just a little bit.
And Lawler throws a strike and brings the count to 1-1 on Cody Broom. Cody Broom, he's 1 for 3 on the night, has a single, a strikeout, and a ground out to the third baseman. He shows bunt, and they try the suicide.
It looked like a little bit maybe of a safety, in between a safety and suicide squeeze there, but went after ball two. If it's a safety squeeze, you wouldn't offer that, you take the ball. You're now with 2 strikes. You want to make contact any way you can, try to get this run home.
You know, I like the call there because you're running in with the third baseman. There's no throwback that can happen. And a swing and a miss, and he's going to have to run to first. and they're going to try to score, and they do. So the Bobcats take a 2-run lead as the catcher throws it to first on the strikeout, but it does the trick. So the Bobcats have a 6-4 lead here in the top of the 7th inning.
And what a strange, that's one of those weird rules of baseball, right? With first base unoccupied, a ball that's in the dirt that's not fielded cleanly, on strike 3, the hitter can try to run to first. Well, to record the out, the catcher had to throw the ball to first base. When they did that, the runner at third came streaking in to score a big run there.
So now a runner stands at third for the Bobcats, and Malik McNair, who is 2 for 2 tonight with a single and a double, had the big double in his last at bat.
And into the back, I would not be surprised to see a bunt here. Tries bunt for a base hit. Good job by the catcher keeping that ball in front. The ball gets behind them. Another run would score. Eli Altman has checked in to run at third base.
Yeah, great block there by Teeter behind the plate just to keep that thing in front. And this is a tough game on a catcher. I mean, a big moment deep in the ball game, you cannot let anything get by you. So a 2-0 count.
Love to add another run here, get this to a 3-run lead.
Yeah, just looking for insurance. Right now, they are 3 outs away from punching their ticket to the state championship.
Coach Davis is going to come down and have a little chat with Malik. Maybe tell him, hey, if you want to try to bunt on, the infield's way back, maybe that's an option here.
So a roller coaster of a game. You can look at the scoreboard online and just see, I mean, lead changes, just all kinds of action. Here, the Bobcats have only scored in 3 innings in this ball game, but they have a 6-4 lead. But they're also hitting the Purvis Tornadoes, out-hitting the Purvis Tornadoes 10-3. So, I mean, if the Tornadoes are able to get their bats going in the bottom of the 7th, we know how baseball goes. And a hit by pitch there to Malik McNair.
The second time he's been hit tonight as well, right?
And this is the guy, if you're the Bobcats, you want him up right now, 4 for 4, St. Most. Steps up to the plate.
It'd be rare to see an intentional walk here to bring Sumrall's leading hitter up to the plate, but ST is 4-4. He has been seeing the ball really well. You have a speedy runner at first, a speedy runner at third, a chance for Sumrall if they want to put some runners in motion to try to get another run. You might see that happen with 2 strikes. Probably let ST try to swing it at least once here, the way he's been swinging it all night.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been scorching hot all night tonight, and you see a pickoff to third base. And they caught me sleeping. I was expecting a third to first
I thought
move.
it might be a third to first move as well.
Moss takes a breaking ball in the dirt out of the hand of Lawler.
I would love to see Malik be aggressive on any ball in the dirt to try to get to second base. The catcher's going to be hesitant to throw it because if he doesn't get him out, the run from third is going to score. Get 2 runners in scoring position. The base hit would now give you 2 more runs and really extend that lead.
And the runner goes. And there's going to be another throw, and it gets all the way past the catcher, and he's going to throw it to the pitcher, and the Bobcats take a 7-4 lead here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, big run there. The runner at first took off. The catcher kind of got in between whether he wanted to try to attempt to throw him out or not. It bounces off the glove for a pass ball, and another run scores.
And McNair moves to second. And the Bobcats have a 7-3 lead. 7-4.
ST checking to make sure the count was a 3-0 or 2-0. Or if that last pitch was called a strike or not. I think the umpire might be telling them. I'm not sure. See if the umpire gives the sign, let us know if it's a 3-0 count or not.
And that ball might have went through the mitt of Teeter. He's going to get a new catcher's mitt.
Well, that'd be unfortunate if that's what happened.
Looks like the web broke off the mitt of Nash Teeter behind the plate. He goes and gets a new mitt.
Count blue, please. Count blue, please. Thank you.
So it is 2-0, not 3-0.
So a 2-0 count. Here to ST Moss, and I imagine he's swinging out of his shoes, and he's working out of the windup.
Yeah, he's
so
working out a windup for a second, which means when he takes a step, Malik easily takes third base there. Which all that does really, I mean, 2 outs and Malik speed to base hit's going to score him anyway. So now if another pass ball or wild pitch, that's the only advantage they gain there.
Nothing really hurt in that situation.
3-0, probably be really careful here, even though you got a dangerous hitter on deck.
That's going to be ball 4. So ST Moss reaches base safely, his 5th time tonight. Now Landon Hawkins steps up to the plate for the Bobcats with runners on the corners.
Of course, Landon last time up hit a rocket right back up the middle where the second baseman was standing for an RBI fielder's choice. Also has an RBI ground out on the night, so 2 RBIs.
0 for 4, 2 RBIs. So big spot now for him.
First pitch fastball he has seen in this series. A massive hole between first and second base, shading them up the middle.
So 2 outs here on the Bobcats.
Come on, you can't get into that. Come on. That's terrible.
And he finds his first time aboard here tonight via the hit by pitch. Now Cade Clinton steps up to the plate.
Cade with a chance, the swing of the bat here could really break this game wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. One swing of the bat.
Anything could happen. A week ago today, Sumrall was facing a 6-run deficit in Poplarville, and he came back to win it.
Actually, vice versa. You said Poplarville came back to win it. Sumrall came back to win it.
Yeah, so Sumrall came back to win it off of the 6-run deficit. Poplarville had a 6-run lead.
Yeah. It's the great thing about baseball. The games are never over. And this one is drilled into right center. And like you said it, Cade Clinton has an opportunity to bust this thing open. And he rounds into second. A great throw by Jacob Parker. But it's going to clear the bases. And we have a whole new ball game here. The Bobcats take a 10-4 lead here against the Purvis Tornadoes. And they are very close to punching their ticket to the state championship.
Look, they've seen it live. They want to keep adding as many hits as they can here. You wanted to see, obviously, a big deal of JoJo coming out of the game as a pitcher. A couple of swings of the bat here. Big swing of the bat by Cade Clinton to clear the bases there. Opened up a 6-run lead. Now it just allows your pitcher to go out at the bottom of the 7th and throw strikes.
So 2 outs. You know, that's the story of it. 2-out hits. I mean, they have. JoJo Parker was able to get a quick 2 outs, I'm pretty sure. But now Jack Miller, who started things off here in the top of this inning, comes back to the plate, and he had a leadoff single earlier in this inning. And all our misses low. Like we just said, a 6-run deficit just a week ago. And the Bobcats overcame that. The Purvis Tornadoes are still not out of this game.
Yeah, and the offense is capable as theirs is. Sumrall will take every run that they could possibly get this inning.
Jack Miller take.
What grade do you see?
So a 2-2 count here on Jack Miller, 2 outs. And that one misses away for ball 3. So the count goes full here to Jack Miller. 2 outs, a runner on second.
Okay, taking off there on the full count pitch. There is no runner at first base, so it's not an automatic. You're running on the 3-2.
So Jack Miller fouls that one off, and he heads back to the plate with a full count, 2 outs. The Purvis Tornadoes trying to get back in the dugout and head to the plate. And they get the strikeout there, so the Bobcats tack on 6 runs and take a 10-4 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. The Purvis Tornadoes are down to their final 3 outs. When we come back, this is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. You are listening to Bobcat Baseball. So we are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning, the final 3 outs here for Purvis. Caden Williamson toes the rubber for the Bobcats. And they are 3 outs away from punching their ticket all the way to Trustmartin Park there in Jackson.
Yeah, I imagine that Purvis hitters are going to be told to take till they get a strike. You're just trying to find as many base runners as you possibly can. Home runs don't help you right now. You got to get the base runners. You got to get a lot of them. Of course, Caden is a guy that throws a lot of strikes. Is who you'd want on the mound if you're a Sumrall fan.
Cannon Turner, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He does have a walk. Then you have Austin Lawler behind him, who is 0 for 3 tonight. And then you have Eli Lowe, who's 0 for 2 tonight. So these are the guys that you want in if you're a Bobcat fan. You know,
the bottom lineup, right? You got to throw a lot of strikes. You cannot walk people. Of course, Sumrall or Purvis is trying to get back to their 3, 4, 5 hitters. That means they've put enough runners on to try to equalize this game.
So a 1-2 count here to Cannon Turner, who's had a phenomenal series so far and has played good over there at third base for the Tornadoes. Caden Williamson, the thumbing lefty for the Bobcats, trying to finish this thing out.
Caden elects to throw exclusively out of the stretch.
And a strikeout there from Caden Williamson, and that's the first out of the inning.
Next batter, number 13, Austin Lawler.
And now the hitter, Austin Lawler, steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the night. And the Bobcats are now 2 outs away from heading to the state championship. And Williamson throws that one in for a strike. You can feel everybody kind of sitting on the edge of their seat now. And Lawler fouls that one back into the net.
Caden doing exactly what you want him to do. Just throw in strikes, pound in the strike zone.
That's the name of the game.
Really just a deep, deep pitching staff.
It came from center field, and then you put Braylon Harrison out in center, who could be a starting center fielder for 90% of Mississippi. And a swing and a miss. So Caden Williamson has stricken out 2 batters, and now Eli Lowe heads to the plate here for the Tornadoes, and the Purvis Tornadoes are down to their final out of the season.
Batters number 2, Eli Lowe.
So the Bobcats 1 out away from heading to Trustmark Park up in Pearl. And this is the way they wanted to draw it up. I mean, a team that put them out just a year ago is now to their final out. And this one's hit into right field. And that gets it to the 9-hole hitter. So a single from Eli Lowe. And now Nash Teeter, who's stricken out 3 times tonight.
Yeah, not much of concern there for Sumrall. Purvis still has to get through at least 5 more batters to have a chance just to even equalize this game.
And you have JoJo Parker, who hit a home run in his last at-bat. He stands on deck. So just trying to pass the bat back. Here are the Tornadoes. This one misses inside. A little lefty-on-lefty matchup.
See pretty much all fastballs for Caden coming out. A lot of run on that natural run from the left-hander on his fastball. Ball must have been just low below the knees.
Yeah, that one did not miss by very much. But that brings the count to 2-0.
I'd assume the hitter is taking all the way.
This is the... Oh, he's not. And he grounds this one over to second. And Landon Hawkins fields it and tosses it to first. And the Bobcats are headed to the state championship down in Pearl. The Bobcats beat Purvis by a score of 10-4. And the Bobcats are your South State champs here in 2024. This is Zane Berry and Todd Siders. And I want to say thank you for listening all season. This is our final game of the season.
But we're going to look into maybe doing some radio up at Trustmark, if it's possible.
Trying to do some radio up in Trustmark. But thank you for listening. It has been a blast. Good night.